Hello everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing good. In today's video we are going to continue with chapter metallurgy. A new topic we are starting, that is ionic compounds. Now this we have already studied in our previous standards. So let us again take a recapitulation of what are ionic compounds. So the compounds which are formed from two units, namely cation and anion, that is positively charged and negatively charged ions, are called as ionic compounds. The cation and anion being oppositely charged, there is an electrostatic force of attraction between them, and this force leads to the formation of an ionic bond. The number of cations and anion in a compound and the magnitude of the electric charge on them is such that the positive and negative charges balance each other. So if it is Na is plus 1, Cl is minus 1. So they balance each other and form NaCl. That is why the resultant ionic compound is electrically neutral. These ionic compounds are crystalline in nature. The surfaces of all the particles of a crystalline substance have a definite shape and are smooth and shiny. The regular arrangement of ions in the solid ionic compounds is responsible for their crystalline nature. The arrangement of ions is different in different ionic compounds, and therefore the shapes of their crystals are different. Followed, students? The main factor that determines the general arrangement of ions in a crystal is the attractive force between oppositely charged ions and the repulsive force between similarly charged ions. So, because of this, the general crystalline structure has negative ions arranged around a positive ion and positive ions arranged around a negative ion. Followed? So, two of the important factors responsible for a certain crystal structure are: first, size of the positively and negatively charged ions, and magnitude of electric charge on the ions. Followed? So, these are the two factors which will determine the crystalline structure. The electrostatic attraction in the neighboring ions with opposite charges is very strong. That is why the melting points of ionic compounds are high. Also, the ionic compounds are hard and brittle. Now, let us see the general properties of ionic compounds. The attractive force between the positively and negatively charged ions is strong. Therefore, the ionic compounds exist in solid state and are hard. These ionic compounds are brittle and can be broken into pieces by applying pressure. So, these are the general properties. The intermolecular force of attraction is high in ionic compounds and large energy is required to overcome it. Therefore, the melting point and the boiling point of ionic compounds are quite high. You can see water being the non-ionic compound, its melting point is 0 and its boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. Whereas if you compare it with the other ionic compounds like KCl, NaCl, their melting point and boiling point are quite high. Followed, students? The ionic compounds are water soluble. So, three properties we already studied. This is the fourth general property of ionic compound. This is because the water molecules orient in a particular manner around the ions separated by dissociation process. As a result of this, a new force of attraction is established between the ion and the surrounding water molecules, replacing the original intermolecular attraction, and aqueous solutions of ionic compounds are formed. Followed? What happens? How they dissolve? A new force of attraction will be established between the ions and the water molecules. Correct? And that is how solutions of ionic compounds are formed. Whereas they are insoluble in solvents like kerosene and petrol, because unlike water, a new attractive force cannot be established in these solvents. Which solvents? Kerosene and petrol. That is why they are insoluble in such solvents, whereas they are soluble in water. General properties of ionic compounds. The fifth property, right? The ionic compounds cannot conduct electricity when in solid state, whereas if they are in the form of aqueous solution, they will conduct electricity. Okay, in this state the ions cannot leave their places. In which state? In the solid state. However, in the fused or molten state, they can conduct electricity, as in this state the ions are mobile, they can move, right? So the aqueous solutions of ionic compounds conduct electricity as they contain the dissociated ions. On passing the current through the solution of the ions will move to the oppositely charged electrodes. So positive will move toward negative electrode and the negative will move toward positive electrode. Followed? Due to the electrical conductivity in fused and dissolved state, the ionic compounds are called electrolytes. Here it is shown a salt solution, the graphite rod, which is the positively charged electrode, and here again negatively charged is shown. So the anions will move towards anode and cations will move towards cathode. Okay. Thank you so much, students, for watching the video.